content.
Hi, this is Katura.
And this is Nicole, and this is Cooking Up Chats.
How was your week this week?
My weeks have been full recently, and but good. How was yours?
Pretty good. Can't complain. Actually had a busy week, but it's always nice to kind of stay active. So I really can't complain either.
Okay.
So,
what was the highlight of your week?
Highlight of my week. That is a good question. Getting to spend time with my dear cousins. That's always a highlight.
Now you just set the bar high, like mine too. But for me, I was actually excited because I did get to go to Atlanta this past weekend, and I have a friend down there, and she has a nonprofit organization. It's called Yay Foundation, and so I'll link them in the video so you can follow and support them. Pretty much their mission is to turn waste into clean energy for underserved countries.
Wow.
And her second annual event this year was a Soup Joumou competition.
Okay.
And Soup Joumou is like, it's not like, it is the national dish of Haiti, which is her nationality and background. And so it was just a fun event. I did a video on my personal page, but I can link that as well if you guys want to see it. But then, because I love making a duplicate recipe, I decided this week I'm gonna make my Soup Joumou dupe, knowing that I'm not Haitian. So please, don't come at me too hard. I will take comments, feedback, ways that I can make it better. But I'm just gonna try my hand at a Soup Joumou this week.
So at the event, did you have any other soup besides the one you're going to be preparing?
So that was the only soup. There were some other appetizers and food available. It was held at a Haitian restaurant, so they also serve food. But because it was a competition, several different chefs brought their version of the soup, and so that was the main highlight of the event.
That's excellent. That's excellent.
So what are you gonna cook this week?
Oh. Before I answer that, can you give us a little bit more information on what you're going to prepare in your soup?
Okay. Great question. So obviously I have never made this soup before, so I had to go looking up recipes on the internet. And I tell you, there's everything in this soup but the kitchen sink. Okay. I've seen recipes with as little as 22 ingredients, with as much as 38 ingredients. And so I'm going to probably land somewhere in the middle. I think the ingredient count is kind of high because I think they're also counting the seasonings as part of the ingredient list. And obviously, it's going to have a lot of bold flavors and stuff. So a lot of seasonings in there. Mm-hmm. But the traditional dish is made with beef. And it has, it's a pumpkin soup. So it's pureed pumpkin as the broth as well. And then there's also different vegetables in there, potatoes, yams. I think there's turnips, which there won't be any in mine, and cabbage. And so for mine, I will have things like the cabbage, the carrots. Traditionally, I think pasta is one of the things that they put in there. So I'm going to also put dumplings in mine because I just like dumplings in my soup. So it's, like I tell you, everything but the kitchen sink. So I haven't really finished or finalized my ingredient list. So I will work towards that. And when I have it already, you'll see it in the video.
Sounds really good. It sounds hearty and healthy in a lot of ways. I mean, you've got carrots, you've got cabbage. That's actually really good. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, I think it's going to take a while to cook. Oh, the other thing is, because we don't eat, well, I eat beef, but we don't eat beef in my household typically. I'm going to substitute that out for goat meat, which is another popular Caribbean meat. And so that I think is going to add some cook time onto it because goat's typically tougher and takes longer to cook. Mm-hmm. But that way I'm not here eating a whole pot of soup by myself. So those will be my substitutions.
Sounds good. So to answer your question, I noticed that on our channel, Cooking Up Chats, on all the social media platforms, we don't have any desserts. So I think I'm going to take this one and create a nice dessert. Now, we are on a fitness journey, and so I'm probably not going to get too sweet with my dessert, but I am gonna do a cobbler / crumble / crisp. So Cobbler Crumble Crisp, which is 3 different dishes in one. So I'm going to do a combination of all 3 in one. So wish me luck on that, because I haven't tried this before, but I wanted to try something with fruit and a little bit more healthier version of a dessert, because I think we can enjoy desserts and kind of work within our health and fitness goals and not kind of like suffer between the two. So
yeah, I have a sweet tooth, so I'm interested in trying that. Mostly though, I love chocolate, so it's okay. I'll settle for the fruit cobbler crisp crumble. So 2 questions for you. 1, what type of fruits are you thinking about incorporating? And 2, are you also going to be looking at any like substitute flours? So I know crumbles, crisps, cobblers. I don't know if all of those have flour incorporated, but so I guess essentially, are you gonna attempt any like low carb or just lower sugar with what you mentioned?
A little bit of both. I'm glad you asked. So just to kind of differentiate the 3. So a crisp is usually with oats. A cobbler is usually made with a dough, and a crumble is just pretty much crumbled with sugar and flour. So I'm going to probably do a combination of those, but with the flour, I do have coconut flour, and then with the sweeteners, I do have coconut sugar and some maple syrup, and I also have agave. So those all are heavy on sweet, but I'm going to try to make it so it's not going to be as sweet and a little bit more on the fresh side.
Okay.
And so you asked me what type of fruits. I have been going back and forth with berries. I really like berries, but also I like apples. So
an appleberry?
I might do an appleberry, or I might actually do more than one dessert. And it sounds like I'm probably going to do more than one dessert. So this is going to be a big big video for us, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun, and I hope you enjoy what I prepare.
I think so. Now, because you're going to do more than one, I do like apples, I do like berries, but now I'm curious about appleberries. So you got to at least make a little miniature appleberry one so we can see.
I might do appleberry and then an apple and then
a berry. Yeah.
So,
okay, so we got 3 desserts.
3 desserts, guys.
3 desserts, a day-long soup, and that sounds like a busy week for us.
We're gonna be putting it in there. I mean, this is a game changer for me, because I'm taking on 3 desserts, and then for you, you're doing this wonderful new soup that you're introducing us to. So we're serious here at Cooking at Chats. We really are enjoying what we're doing so far on this journey, and we hope you do too. So that's all for now. It's time to get it cooking. Dang it, I can't get that first.
Yeah, so I think, okay, so we've been working on our tagline, as you know. I think we're going to have 2, right? So at the end of our chats, we can be like, okay, that's enough chatting for now. Let's get to cooking or something of that nature. But then at the end of our cooking, we'll say like, that's enough chatting for now. Let's eat.
And I've also been saying all love at the end of our videos on Instagram. So we're going to get it right.
I mean, all love is kind of standard. Like, this is all love. Like, we're positive vibes here. And it's all love for the food. I know that much.
And love for the family.
Yes. So, if you hear any of those, it's us.
So, that's enough talking.
Let's cook, then let's eat, and all love.
Today I am making Soup Joumou. It's the national dish of Haiti that I had at a recent competition, and I'm making a duplicate recipe of it. I'm using goat instead of beef for this, which I've boiled for almost an hour. And then I cut up some pumpkin and leeks, boiled those as well, pulled them out, added some corn, some white yam, some white potatoes to boil some more. Then I added some carrots and some onions. And this soup has a ton of ingredients. It's taken me all day to make it. You see here 4 different types of bell peppers: green, yellow, orange, and red. Now I'm actually just sauteing the goat with some lime juice, some goat goujon because I didn't have any scotch bonnet peppers, a little bit of minced onion, black pepper, garlic powder, seasoned salt, and I'll be adding some ketchup. The reason that I'm giving it a little saute in the pan here is because if it were beef, we would have started in the pan, sauteed all the meat, and then added it to the soup. However, because goat is a lot tougher and takes longer to cook, I decided to boil it first and then saute it. Once I pureed my pumpkin and leeks, I went in and added some additional seasoning into the pan along with the sauteed goat. Now I'm adding some dumplings. I call these my roly-polies, and I'm adding that pureed pumpkin and leeks. And now doing a stir, a stir, a stir. Next, I'll be adding in a handful of egg noodles. The recipe calls for like ziti noodles or like rotinis, but that's what I had on hand. And then I let that simmer a little bit, and at the end I put the cabbage because that's pretty quick to cook. Of course, I added a little bit more water just so that I had some more broth, and it came out really well. I've been working on this soup all day, and now it's time for the moment of truth. There's so many things in here. I think when I finally counted, I landed on 22 items. Let's see if I can get all of them in one bowl of soup. When you're making Caribbean-based soup, there's so much food that you really need a big bowl. And I don't have a big bowl. So hopefully I can get a little bit of everything in the one bowl. Okay, corn, the yam, the goat, dumpling, noodle, potato, carrot. You can see from the color, the pureed pumpkin, leeks, and the tomato quote-unquote sauce. We use ketchup. So I think that is a little bit of everything in the soup. Now to taste. Okay. Got a little of the broth. Got some cabbage here. There's a lot of components to it. I mean, but it comes together really well. Some potato. A little bit of noodle here. Yeah, overall, it's got, because of the pureed pumpkin as the pretty much base of the stock, it's very pumpkin-y flavored, and then just with a lot of food to fill you up and add some different flavors for every bite. That's good. That's good. Now, it took me all day to make it, so I don't know. Well, I understand now, because from what I understand, the soup is made like once a year for Independence Day. So I can see now why you would keep it to once a year. It took a good while to make it, but it's delicious. All right, well, that's enough chatting for now. Let's eat.
So today I'm making the Cobbler, which is going to be a crumble and cobbler. This is going to include all of these ingredients here, and there's going to be high protein, high fiber cobbler with less sugar, but still going to taste good. And that is my goal and my mission. So I'm using almond flour, and I'm not going to use white sugar. I'm going to use coconut sugar and brown sugar. And unfortunately, I'm out of vanilla extract, so I'm going to use raspberry extract because I have blueberries and blackberries. So let's get started. A little too wet, and I don't think the almond flour is gonna hold up for the cobbler part, so I'm adding a little cake flour. It should still be good for it to be high protein and high in fiber, but just add a little bit of cake flour. I'll let that rest for about 5 to 15 minutes. These are soaking in baking soda, lemon, and water.
A little bit, so it won't be too tough when you chew into.
This one you eat. The blackberries are nice and sweet.
Some raspberry extract. A little bit of nutmeg. A little bit of ginger. Cinnamon. Brown sugar. Table salt.
Now we're doing apple berry crumble. I'm gonna snap in it and it's gonna be. Hey, did it work? Did it work?
A lot of cinnamon, actually. I like cinnamon. Ginger. That's over.
I'm gonna put some of this on the side for another dish that I'll show you shortly. So now I'm gonna add the blueberries. Apple berry crumble. Now we're gonna mix in the berries. Remember that crumble I had from before? The apple blueberry crumble, cobbler, and I'm gonna make a crisp oats that I made for a parfait. So I'm just gonna sprinkle those on top. Really super topping. This has almonds, it has oats. They're all ready to go in the oven. Berry cobbler, apple and blueberry crumble, and apple crisp. What do you think?
It's good.
Mom says
I
it's
like
good.
The crust is good, but it's not too sweet.
Mom says it's good. She said the crust is good. It's not too sweet. That's what I was going for because I wanted it to have a light, sweet taste to it and still enjoy the fruit of it. So she had the berry Cobbler. I'm tasting the apple blueberry crumble. I liked it. I thought I did a good job. That's enough now. I'm gonna go enjoy this. See you later.